So we're gonna work on our first edit in Premiere. I'm making this file because it will be a lot cleaner than the one we did in class today. You can pause and restart at your own pace. So here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm here with my friends who might make noise, 2 big dogs and 1 medium-sized pig. We're gonna start with Premiere Pro, and you should be looking at that now. Create a new project, title it PROJ001. Remember, we want to browse to the folder where we want to keep it. So I'm going to browse to my 223 folder, my projects, project 1, and I'm going to house it here in edits. Choose, go ahead and hit OK. Have a sip of your coffee. All right, I'm going to switch to the desktop because I want to show you where my files are. I didn't have them with me today. They're on this computer that I have at home. So this is where I'm taking those screenshots for 101 or for 223. BCA 223, I have my weekly images, my motion files, discussion boards, projects. I'm inside projects. This is where your footage should be, all organized. Let's switch back to Premiere. Here is your project window. Here is your timeline window. Here is your source window, and here is your program window. When I'm switching between those, you should see the thin blue line that separates 4 windows. If your workspace does not look like mine, please go to Window, Workspace, make sure you're working in the editing workspace, okay? You can also find those at the top of Premiere. Mine are hampered just a smidge because I am recording, so those controls have dropped down over my viewing space. That's okay. First thing we want to do is create a new bin. So down here, it's the icon that looks like a folder. Just click it once. We're going to call it footage and hit enter. Noting that the arrow is pointed downward. That means that anything we create will go inside footage right now. So click into that folder or bin, and then take a look up here in the project window. It says bin footage. That means I'm in the right place. I'm gonna go to File, Import, Command I, here's the quick key, or what we talked about in class today, the fastest way to do this is to double click inside that window. So again, navigate to the folders that we set up last week. Select all of those, hold the Shift key down, and import. Should take a second depending on their file size, but they're all going to populate into this bin here. If your window doesn't look like mine, down here is the icon view and the freeform view. I recommend working in the list view because it gives you the title of the projects. It gives you the metadata, including the frame rate, the duration, and you can access the video endpoint. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about that for right now. We did also talk about the tilde, which is located below the escape key and above the tab key on your keyboard. That allows you to sort of scrub through this stuff a little bit, just briefly. If you're looking for a specific clip, that you created. You know it's there. Like I've got these 2 shots. This looks like it was probably 2 different takes of the same thing. And I have to scrub through there and see where the performance was good. So the tilde will get you back out. Again, switch to list view. It just makes it easier on you. So we need to create a sequence. We're going to go to File, New, Sequence. Timeline and sequence, those words are used interchangeably in Premiere. We talked about the codecs. We're going to choose HDV 1080p30, okay? Title the sequence. The sequence is nested within your project, so this I would call Scene 1. I would call it Scene 001 because I always organize with 3 digits. You're gonna hit OK. There's your timeline. Drag and drop your footage into the timeline. Again, because we don't all have the same intake mechanism or output mechanism, this is all gonna be different. My recommendation is that you change the sequence settings. Just let Premiere handle it from here, okay? Cool. Here's your player head. You can cut in by clicking with your mouse to different places in the timeline. The space bar.
Second 6. Good.
Starts and stops the media. L. LL. LLL. Scrub forward quickly, scrub forward very quickly. Spacebar starts and stops. J, JJ, JJJ.
Camera.
Scrub backward quickly, scrub backward very quickly, okay? Here's your tool panel for the timeline. If you hover over the razor, you'll see that the quick key is C. We're gonna use C. And what we want to do is drop a marker.
Camera 1 rolling.
When the slate moves out of the frame.
Call for camera 2. Roll camera 2. Speed. And then you're gonna call. This is the proxy one.
Okay, she's getting ready to pull the slate out of the frame, and I'm gonna drop a marker using the key M.
Now clap. Second 6. Good.
Frame
everybody hold.
Frame is clear. Just click on that marker, and using the cut razor tool, you're gonna make a little incision in your footage. So you can see there's a little line right there, yeah? I don't need that first part. That's how you make movies, but we don't want to see that in the theater. Oh my God, we would ruin all the secrets. So now I've got the scene that I'm interested in.
Everybody hold.
And this is a non-verbal scene, meaning there's no dialogue. So we're gonna control click, right click on a PC. We're gonna unlink the audio and the video come in linked. I wanna throw away the audio. I need to unlink them. Highlight and delete. Let's go back to our project window, twirl up the footage bin. Let's add a new bin. Let's call this one audio. And on my computer, I'm just gonna look for an MP3 file. Double click for the audio. I happen to have something in here. It operates the exact same way as the footage file. You're gonna click, drag, and drop. Up here in your program window, you essentially watch your project before the export. I'm going to drop another marker when I want the image to enter. So I'm going to listen to the audio.
Wow! It's classy. It's stupendous. It's magnificent.
Right there. And I'm just going to slide that footage in a little bit, go all the way to the beginning. Hit the space bar.
Wow! It's classy. It's stupendous. It's magnificent. This will be my masterpiece. Feel praise, my brethren, for what you're about to receive.
Double click inside the tracks, both video and audio. You can sort of see what you're up to. Down here at the bottom is the maximizing or minimizing of the timeline itself. The longer it is, the more footage I can see. The shorter it is, the better detail I can see, especially in that audio. We need to add a title. So we're going to switch to the graphics workspace. We're going to shuffle through here. Oh, those ones at the bottom are so ugly. Let's try this. Nope, I like the basic lower thirds. I'm super boring. I'm sorry. So I'm going to hit play again. I just dragged it directly from the template box over into the timeline. Great. So it's working. I'm going to put the title of my film. And I'm just typing right into this area right here. Go back to the beginning.
Wow! It's classy. It's stupendous. It's magnificent. This will be my masterpiece. Feel praise, my brethren, for what you're about to receive. John Marley.
So you can see how big that title is. You can see how long the clip is, and you can see that I have a couple of audio issues. Again, I'm just going to cut that. The quick key is C. I'm going to use the pen tool. Which is right here in Tools. I went back to the editing workspace to get the pen tool. And when it's time for that audio to fade, I'm going to add 2 dots. 1, 2. I'll leave the first one alone. I'm going to drag that second one down.
Are you ready?
And I will fade out. That's Irja. She sings along. It is what it is. All right, so once we have that all set, we are going to export it. So we go to File, Export. And we're exporting the media. This is where it's really important to pay attention to your export settings. This is what we talked about in the codecs. Yours will default to whatever it's defaulting to. 4223, we want to use an H.264 format, which gives us the MP4 file. Click on that MP4, just verify you know where it's going. Mine is set to go to my desktop, but I've seen them go to documents. I've seen them go into like 8 files deep of something that Premiere imagines that you need. It's wildly frustrating, especially for first-time users. So just put it somewhere where you know it is. Put it on the desktop. Hit save, export. And when it's finished encoding, that window just sort of goes away. There's no bing, there's no salute, there's no confetti. So you have to just sort of know that you're done now. Check your desktop. Use that space bar to preview.
Wow! It's colossal. It's stupendous. It's magnificent. This'll be my masterpiece.
Please, my brethren.
And my file is ready to load to Vimeo. So hopefully that's a little bit cleaner, and I got all the notes that we talked about today in class. It's a little bit quicker. Best of luck. I will see you guys 2 weeks from today. Talk to you later. Bye.